Hello, everybody. Okay, I just got a new haircut. Don't know how I feel about it, but too late now. If you hear any peeping, one of my little chickies hatched today, and she's just walking around in the incubator that's right here. If you want to check her out, I got to catch it on my shorts. So if you want to check that out, it was really fun to be able to be there for it. She's a little rambunctious one. I accidentally um, cracked her egg before she was ready and didn't know she was in there. Well, I knew she was in there, but okay. Backstory. My chicken that is brooding right now, who's sitting on a bunch of eggs, uh, rejected some because they're at different stages. They're not at the stage that the one she's sitting on now are at. So they're a little bit late in the game. This one, I don't know why she actually rejected this one because this one was ready. So it might have been just a mistake that she, just like I did. I thought it was a dead one. So when I checked it, it looked like it was like flopping around in there. It didn't look right. So I cracked the egg and then I heard peeping. And that made my heart sink. So I freaked out, but luckily I didn't crack the membrane. I just cracked the outer shell, and she's fine. Obviously, she's here. She's doing great. She's standing up and super sleepy. I'll update with some more of her probably tomorrow when she's extra fluffy. But right now she's just trying to stand and walk without flopping over. She's rolling around like a little roly poly. I've got a little setup for now. It's like a nursery in here. We've had ducklings, we've had chicks. We're about to have a bunch more chicks soon. All right. So the message for today is strength. Oh, nice. Sorry, the other egg that's in the incubator just did a huge roll. So it's also trying to get out soon. That's exciting. Strength. And this one, it feels like, that might actually be very specific, but it feels like, crystal, there might be a child involved in this message as part of what's going on. But source is coming here real strong. Obviously, the message in and of itself, strength is a very strong, powerful message coming through. But it's coming through even stronger with this blue jay imagery right here. Something about it's shining a light on some sort of aspect of ourselves that needs to be understood. Strength being like, and with the Four of Wands underneath, it's like we're coming very close to an understanding of or rather a finish line. So that's why it feels like an understanding. It's like the end point, or like reaching the end point of something. So the understanding of it, but it feels more like not so much of an understanding like in the mind. So we'll figure out what that message really means as we go along. But source is really coming in strong, that it's trying to give us some sort of message or shine a light on one of our strengths. And strengths being like how we have not necessarily control like a bad thing, but like control over the neutrality of our ego. Basically being able to sit in the center point and utilizing the ego side and the higher self coexisting at the same time, doing and creating from that space, basically. But it feels like we're coming up on something. I'm going to get an oracle. We're coming up on something, a big understanding in our journey. So we'll see what that is. Lavender coming through with tranquility and honeysuckle with climb. There are times when staying firmly planted on the ground is important, and there are times when climbing is essential. That's probably why we're here. We're coming to a part where we need to start climbing because we are at the Four of Wands. We're at the finish line. Honeysuckle personifies this idea. This hardy woodbine thrives by twisting its way upward. It offers a perspective that refutes our linear vision of life. By winding its way around an object, it has the ability to see from varying vantage points. Limited by a singular view, honeysuckle is able to grow advantageously and avoid tangles that would obstruct its climb. What if we stopped believing life was supposed to be lived in a straight line? What if we got comfortable with the twists and turns? What if we embraced the switchbacks rather than running straight to the end? Ooh, that is very, very pointed. Because I was literally talking about coming to this finish line, and it's talking about coming to the running straight to the finish line here. So it's like there's going to be some sort of test of strength, and it's bringing our attention to how we're going to need to utilize the strength that we've already cultivated, basically, is what I'm getting. Something is going to test our ability to stay in this strength energy, and spirit is coming in to call us out to it, because blue jays always represent to me like conflict energy, because blue jays, out of birds, I've said before, they can sometimes be little assholes. It's plain and simple. They can steal their birds' stuff. They can steal their homes. They're just kind of assholes, but in a good way. They're beautiful birds. But whenever I see them as a picture in one of my cards, it always seems to represent that sort of energy where it's like almost agitating to the soul in a way, in some sort of way. So something's coming in and it's going to agitate the soul, and it's asking us to have strength through this, like to be in control of our ego selves and through this time. Because once we do, we're going to be climbing past a finish line and getting to the end of something, but it's like through a detour, because that's what this is saying. It's saying that not all of it's going to be a straight line. It could take a left turn and switch back and do a roundabout, and you think you're going one way and then you end up exactly where you want to go. So this feels like what the message is saying is that you've been going in some sort of like your GPS has been like left turn here, left turn here, left turn here, and you're like, I'm lost now. Gentle to the senses, lavender is cultivated and used for its aromatic qualities, ability to reduce anxiety and encourage relaxation, in addition to its peaceful aroma. This flora provides a tranquil vista when planted in long, meandering rows. Delight to the soul, lavender offers generous healing when life is overwhelming. A convincing guide, this plant encourages us to slow down. If we prioritize it, tranquility can be found in everyday life. Small walks through the park, moments on a bench, a warm breeze, or a glimpse at the moon and twinkling stars. Do you have a happy place? If not, grab a pen and paper and begin to free write. Where can you go to find peace and tranquility? Yeah, again, it's talking. There's something that's going to try. There's something coming in that source is calling our attention to that's going to. It feels more just like an annoying thing that's going to test our ability to stay in our center. Because it's coming through very strongly that yes, as I was going to say, it's coming through very strongly that we've already done the work. Eight of Pentacles. We've already done the work, so this is not going to be necessarily hard. But the message is still coming through that this hay is coming up, so here's how you can avoid it. There's a way around it. Using your strength, using your ability to keep your ego under control or wraps, because you're coming up to that finish line where we are going to be getting some serious a serious ending. The Ten of Swords wanted to come on out. It's a little bright, but the Ten of Swords wanted to come on out as I slid the deck to try to get some more information. So let's see. It's going to be an end to a cycle of desperation thinking. thinking that all is lost, thinking that there's nothing that can grow here, thinking that it's just a cycle of poop. So let's see. Okay. My entire deck is upside down, so let me just turn this all around. Amazing. We have Temperance underneath. A lot of big energy. That's really good. I like this. I mean, it's been coming up a lot, especially the past couple of days. Probably because of the energetics in the sphere. From now until I think the 13th or the 16th. It's either the 16th or the 18th, but I know for certain one of the energetic shifts will kind of have a closing period during the 13th to 18th window. Tomorrow, today's the 7th, tomorrow's the 8th of April. So there's a big shift happening, and a lot of it's something with Uranus and I think Jupiter, but it's like the way that the energy is coming through is, and the way it's showing up here, so it's very much trying to draw our attention to it, is like a sudden revolutionary understanding, a big wake up moment. So the card that came out on its own was the Eight of Wands. We're moving very fast towards this finish line, away from this Ten of Swords, this way of this repeating of this negative cycle of thoughts of desolation. Ace of Swords, Two of Cups, and Nine of Cups. So what's happening is we're moving fast towards this breakthrough. Again, it came through as like an understanding, but not so much of the mind. But this one with the Ace of Swords is coming through the mind space because it's Ten of Swords, Ace of Swords. So it's like, again, that's why it's coming in as an understanding. You have to understand something through your brain. But with the way it's coming through, it's like an understanding on how to move or operate through your body. And that's like, that feels more like the visceral part of it. Like, okay, now I'm understanding because my guides are showing me that the transits were going through some sort of Taurus. I forget which one, so forgive me on that. But it was something was moving out of Taurus, which is why this is showing up like this. It's like you're going to finally understand the lessons that Taurus was trying to show us previously, and I'm pretty sure it was Venus. So you're going to feel it in your body while the understanding is coming through, because it'll pinpoint where those things are going to be active, if that makes sense, or activating. And what is activating? It's a balance in the it's a balance in the communication between the lower and higher self is what I'm getting. Strength, Two of Cups, like this, the Temperance. It feels like, and the Ace of Swords, it feels like there's like a clear channel coming through this experience of passing over this finish line of sorts, through the finishing out of this cycle that Source is calling our attention to. And when it does free up, when this situation happens that gives you the opportunity to flex your strength, it closes up the cycle. You end up getting to this finish line, and then when you do that, you bam, and it's the aha moment, and immediately start speed towards being able to bring this thing into balance so we can really bring it in. Because what's trying to happen here is this breakthrough is trying to come through so that the balance can restructure, Two of Cups, so that the upper and lower self can get in alignment, head and the heart, or yeah, upper and lower self can get into alignment, and that way the things that you've been trying to create can come in, because they're trying to. Nine of Cups, they're trying to come in rapid succession, and there's a lot of stuff trying to come in. So it's saying that this cycle needs to close up, because there's like, it feels like the wands are like hovering above, and they're just stuck in like an energetic goo that they're just waiting there, and as soon as that goo is released, they're right there. So it feels like something's coming in very fast the minute this thing closes up, this cycle. And I want to take the rest of what was underneath and see what, because I feel like that's going to give us a lot more insight into what the Ten of Swords is talking about. Okay, let me put this over here. Oops. So we've got, this is the, basically, to help us understand what the Ten of Swords is talking about. Three of Cups, Two of Swords, and then these two came out together. It was Seven of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles on top of it. Taking a new direction. So this is like, this might actually have to do with some sort of issue in the home space that, I mean, I'm not even going to lie, it feels like this actually could cause a family to part ways, to be honest. But it feels like it's one of those things that it was like already happening, and this is the moment where the decision to either stay or go is being presented. Because Three of Cups, it's like Three of Cups, Two of Swords. It's like, I mean, okay, let me back up. Three of Cups, Two of Swords, Seven of Wands, Ten of Pentacles as the answer to the Ten of Swords. It's like the thought, what caused the Ten of Swords is thinking about the times that were enjoyable during this experience and trying to use that as the way to decide if you go towards the past or this new opportunity that actually is going to be showing up. And let me make sure. Yes, it feels like that there's this opportunity that's going to be showing up to you to then make you have to choose the forward path or the backward path. But it feels like it's going to impact an entire family. Like, it might not even be like you have a family yet, but it's going to impact the trajectory of your legacy or your family unit. Could be that your family has to move. It could uproot their lifestyle kind of thing. But it feels like there is a huge detour that's going to take you to the same place you wanted to go, but it's through an act of basically calming the ego in a moment of possible, I don't want to say tension, because it doesn't feel like tension. It feels more like it could just be a sensitive subject. So it's a sensitive sphere to be in. That's probably why this lavender is coming through tranquility. Very like, it's not so much like grounding. Lavender, when I think of that, is very it's very soft. So it doesn't feel like this is something that's gonna, and that's probably why it came through like that earlier. Like, it's not gonna be something that's hard. It's just gonna, it will touch on a part of you that is healing and which can be tender, because it's most likely connected to the same thing that is causing the pain point in the first place. So if it's something to do with your family, it's most likely where the origination came from too. That's usually how it works. Like, and like when we have something that triggers us, it's because we've experienced it some sort of way in a lifetime before, whether it be in this one in a previous way or this another lifetime. Completely. But this is saying there's two paths, and calm down now. She's just kicking around the egg. I'm pretty sure the other egg is not happy about that. Yes, I see you. It's saying that there's a moment, this moment here, this Ten of Swords moment really brought up this split in a decision that was like, do I fight for the the vision that I have already cultivated, or is it fitting? Is it really genuinely fitting the image that I'm created in my mind? Because Ten of Pentacles is about legacy, which is about the overall picture that I see from my life when I'm on my deathbed. Like, when I'm on my deathbed and beyond that, what do I want to have and know that I'm leaving behind for the people that I've, the people that I've left here. And it's saying with the Ten of Swords, Three of Cups, Two of Swords, it's saying that there was a moment that this subject came up into question, and there's a detour. There's some sort of detour to take you to the thing that you want, but it might not look the way, or it might not show up in the way that you originally thought, because there's two paths here to split. And we got two above the Two of Swords above the Two of Cups. So that really tells me that that is why that split is showing up. That's why Source is saying once this thing is cleared up, this tendency to have, and that's when I say tendency, that might actually be one of those things, or it might be something that's been an issue for us, where we go back and forth on a decision because our head and our heart are not in alignment. Two of Cups. But right now it's coming back into, it's saying that once this decision point is reached, and it's divinely guided, it's going to show up in our face, Chariot, and it's going to require us to take a unique path, because Chariot is ultimately saying you're going to have to take the path of least resistance is what came to my mind first, which ultimately means the path that Source has laid out for you. The path of least resistance is the one that they've simply just laid before us in the timeline. So basically, we're going to have to use our discernment during this time, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be difficult to do. We're just going to have to genuinely sit in our feelings about this and size up all the pieces, and then stretch that out and figure out, is that going to, is it fitting my Ten of Pentacles now? Will it cultivate the Ten of Pentacles for me in the future? And when I'm gone, is that Ten of Pentacles going to be fulfilled? Because it's about legacy, so passing it on from generation to generation. So it has to be able to fit all those molds, or else it is going to keep that Ten of Swords cycle in play, which would then prolong this Ace of Swords moment from happening, which we are here for. Source is saying we have the opportunity. It's giving us the card so that now we are aware of the opportunity and we don't miss it. So welcome. We have a really awesome opportunity ahead of us, and now we know that something is going to cause us to basically take a really long, hard look at it all and size it up accordingly. And with the Three of Cups showing up, it's really gonna test the heart, is what I'm getting. It's gonna test the ability for us to be able to see the path that we genuinely want, rather than build toward something that isn't going to create that. I'm going to get some more information on that Three of Cups, because it is standing out to me. It feels like it's directly connected to the family, like the inner circle. The Ten of Swords is feeling it for the inner circle, the innermost circle, and that's what it feels like this message is about. Three of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. It feels like the decision is around something that will impact the very close inner circle. So your family, essentially. Usually that's who your inner circle holds, but it could be friends, could be coworkers, but I genuinely feel like it's more close than that, like family or friends that you occupy space with, like roommates or something. But it feels like there's going to be a moment of, is this building toward the thing that I want to build toward, or is it not? Because 10-10, we're closing a huge cycle, and Source really wants us to be honest about that, because 7 of Wands is showing up. Like, stand up for what you genuinely know is right for you. 3 of, oops, oh man, 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands for the 3 of Cups. 3-3. Okay, so it's really trying to say that it's a progress, or something about a progress. And sorry, I have something bit my face and now it's itchy. The little no-see-ums are coming out now, and my God, there's just little swarm clouds on them everywhere. 8-10 on my time when I'm looking down. 8-10 at night. We have Knight of Wands underneath and the 3 of Wands. And that burr showing up. It really feels like there's something, I mean, it feels like there's something that you're really going to have to take hold of, like an opportunity that you're going to have to take hold of and kind of move on quickly with. Let's get some more information. Yeah. Chariot, Hanged Man. We got to move quickly on that. The Chariot showed up twice on that split. I mean, I put it back. I covered it again, but it was there early when I had split that deck. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Big energy. So it was the Hangman and the Chariot coming out together. And then the Magician. And then the 5 of Cups. So something literally coming to an end. Seeing wow, okay, seeing where we've created, ooh, wow, okay, give me a moment. With the 3 of Wands, Hangman, Chariot, it feels like Source is really trying to show us a way to see where, especially with the Rooster right here in this 5 of Cups, it feels like trying to really call attention to that way around the situation that got this close-knit circle in the situation to begin with. Like, it seems like there's some sort of situation that this knit circle is connected to. The familial circle, whatever this family essence that keeps coming through. And this event that the Strength card originally is coming through for is going to test it, but it's going to be like it feels like it's going to be standing up for your unit, and that is going to really bring, it's like that's going to bring understanding and a knowing to the reason why the unit went on a detour. Because it feels like what happened was us, the observer, went on some sort of solo journey to kind of gather more information about how they got to this point up until now, and where all the things that created stagnation in a way that's like, where did we emotionally stagnate? Like, giving people our time and energy when they didn't deserve it, or staying in contracts longer than they should, or whatever like that. And it's like, it feels like it might come in a flood, so that might be why the strength is there. But it's saying to basically come and center, because it's taking you on a detour on how to get around this issue in a manner that makes more sense, and also that will get all of that stuff and close it up. Five of Cups basically show where those things that weren't serving anyways, so that we can move past it. That's what I'm getting here. Yeah, it just feels like there's something really big happening for a familial space that's going to alter the trajectory of the way you get to the goal that you've set already in motion. So that was a little bit of a it was kind of all over the place, convoluted. But I hope that whoever was meant for it, because it feels very specific, that made sense for you. Because this one actually feels like it's going to be a lot more selective in who it reaches. So again, I'm going to, just as a recap, there's some sort of thing incoming that's going to test the strength of us. And it's going to directly affect our familial circle, our tightest circle, the closest circle that we have. But it's going to finish up a cycle that started before that, and reveal and help us understand how we got to this place, how to get rid of the things that no longer are serving this space, and how to move forward in a healthier way to continue to actually build the legacy that we see in our mind, because it's here, they're in waiting, and the source is saying you're ready to grab onto them, but you need to have this stuff out of the way. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next one.